All right, so we're about 20 minutes out of the city where the tall buildings are, and we're heading to Eagle, Wisconsin, meet with my buddy Keith from the DNR. He's the man to teach me some of the finer points of rifle skills and hunter safety so that we can engage in that great Wisconsin tradition called the deer hunt.
Kyle, how are you?
How are you?
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Right.
Yeah.
So, what brings you here?
Well, you're going to teach me how to rifle shoot. I'm good with shotguns, but this is a whole new acumen.
All right, another step in the progression. Let's go.
Cool.
All right, we'll start out at the 25-yard range. Get the gun sighted in, get you sighted in, make sure we're good to go.
Cool.
You know, precision is a good thing, but when you're shooting at deer, there's a basketball-sized vital organ area in a deer. Your job is just to put a hole in the basketball.
You don't have to hit the NBA logo. You just have to get the basketball.
That's right. That's
I feel I could do this.
Okay. Okay, what you'll be shooting today is a fairly standard caliber for Wisconsin deer rifles. This is a bolt action rifle. It loads this bolt, puts the ammunition into the chamber, takes the empty shell out of the chamber. This is what's called a 3-position safety. It's on full safe now. The gun trigger cannot be pulled. The bolt cannot be opened. Half safe, so you can see half of the red circle.
Yep.
You can open the bolt, load and unload ammunition, but the gun will not fire. The trigger still won't pull. And then that's fully fire, off safe. The bolt operates and the trigger pulls and the gun will go off. So that's the last move you make before you pull the trigger on a deer, and you keep it on full safe once it's loaded until you are ready to shoot. So before we do anything, just sit down, put that gun nice and tightly in your shoulder.
Yep.
And look through the scope. It's not loaded. Now what you should do, put the safety off and pull the trigger. Finger off the trigger.
Okay.
Safety off, finger off the trigger, out of the trigger guard. Now put your finger in there and squeeze. Don't pull, squeeze. Nope, that's the Acu trigger. Squeeze that down. Now squeeze. There you go. You're done.
Whole different
now
feeling.
work the bolt. Put the safety on. Okay, ready?
Yep.
All right. All right.
It's live ammunition and it's a target I want to hit.
It's live ammunition. We'll go with 2. So this just slides in here like that, and you push it up till it clicks. Okay, so you need to put the safety on half safe. Look up. Work the bolt, because you got to get a bullet in the chamber.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Close the Acu trigger and squeeze. There you go. Where'd you hit it?
I totally missed the target. Ooh, that was not a bad shot at all.
Yeah, where was it?
Just a little bit down, about 4 o'clock.
Yeah, I can see
off the bullseye.
Good.
Hey.
Good.
All right. I'm feeling better about this already.
Good. Good.
Yeah.
So, you're a better shot than I am. You're a better shooter than I am already. But when it comes to hunting,
I was just
it's an
gonna say,
entirely different story. Yeah.
as my brothers who all hunted used to say when I was growing up, there's a lot of air around that deer.
Yeah. All right, one more, and I think we can go check the target.
Yeah.
It's a good trigger pull.
Fingers are freezing. Oh, look at that!
Okay, so what you did here is a beautiful 5-shot group.
Sweet.
You know, we're shooting at about 25, 30 yards here today, but this is going to translate into a good group at 100 yards as well.
I didn't expect I'd do this well. Having shot shotguns all my life, the only guns I've ever shot, I did not think I'd do that well with a rifle. I'm keeping this baby. Thanks, buddy.
Yep, take care of yourself.
See you out in the
soon.
trees. Yeah.
All right.
There's some blaze orange in there.
We're going deer hunting.
It's blaze orange, a couple of rifles, and a lawn chair.
And a couple of other stools. You got to be comfortable when you're deer hunting. We're going to be sitting out there for a couple of hours at least.
Okay, yeah.
Let's go meet Brenda.
Good, good.
Hey Brenda, how you doing? This is Kyle Cherrick.
Hi Kyle, nice
Brenda
to meet you.
VonRuedens
Nice to
is
meet
the
you.
property owner who's allowed us to deer hunt here today.
So we're going to be hunting on your farm?
Yep.
Good, okay. I promise not to shoot any corn.
Perfect.
Brenda's got some blinds back there and a little hunting shed for us. And there have been deer out there, not a whole lot lately, but let's hope for the best.
Mm-hmm. It sounds like you got us all set up.
Yep, we'll load your equipment in the UTV and I'll take you out back.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, you ready? Let's load up.
It's cozy. This is like a hunter's clown car. This is so homey, Brenda. It's like a little house in the deer hunt. I thought it'd be a little bit more rustic.
No, this is beautiful.
Yeah.
Take a little while to get unloaded here.
So this is my blaze orange, right?
That's yours.
Hard to sneak up on anybody with
I lost the compass here.
a sense of fluorescentness.
Well, deer don't see blaze orange. They see it as some sort of shade. They don't see reds, so they see blaze orange as some kind of a shade of gray.
Huh.
They see blue, so you don't want to wear blue jeans when you're deer hunting.
This is probably the most legit blaze orange. Did your grandmother knit you for it?
My mother knitted
Your
that
mother
for me.
knit
Yes.
this for you?
Yes,
That
she did.
is,
When they knit you a blaze orange stocking cap, you'll know you've arrived.
Okay, so this is where we set up camp. Or at least a blind.
Yeah.
All right, let's give this thing a whirl.
We are on private land, and this is not required, but it is a safety measure. That's probably a good idea since we are gun deer hunting. We are putting some blaze orange on the outside of the blind, so if there are other hunters around, it's more likely that they'll be able to see us than they'll see this blaze orange than to see a big camo blind. So it's just a little added safety measure for us.
We want that. So is this the gun that I did target practice with?
the one and the same.
Right on.
So you should be pretty familiar with it. You'll want to be turned a little bit maybe to the, there you go.
Yeah.
And now what I would do is I would practice. You always want to practice. So
How often when you've been hunting is it you get a deer and they're in a thicket like this, some brush, versus out in the open when you can really see that basketball, that clean kill spot?
mostly in the woods or at the edge of the woods is where you'll get a good shot at deer, at least in this kind of hunting conditions.
All right, so let's talk about when I shoot this deer.
Mm-hmm.
And I thank it for its gift, and then I've got to butcher it.
Mm-hmm.
What's that process all about, Keith?
Well,
Walk me through what I'm going to do.
if you kill a deer, when you kill a deer, the first thing we're going to have to do is put a tag on it.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll go up and we'll tag it with a zip tie through the ear, fill out the tag properly, and then you'll need to field dress it or gut it out. And that involves basically a long cut right up the abdomen to remove the innards, the heart, lungs, stomachs, livers, intestines, all of those kind of things. Clean it out so it starts cooling down as rapidly as possible. And then from wherever it dies, you're going to have to drag it back to where we can get picked up by Brenda and the mule. So fortunately, I brought a drag rope for you. So when you kill a deer, we'll loop the rope around its neck and you can grab the other end and drag it back. Then we have to go and process the deer. Basically butcher it, cut it up into steaks, roasts, and I don't know where we want to do that. We can do that at your house. We could do that at my house. We could perhaps do that at MATC with the head chef.
All right, are we making too much noise?
Well, we're probably talking a little bit too loud. We can sit here and continue the conversation while we're talking quietly.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So it's been a couple hours, and we're here in the blind. Every once in a while, I get excited to see some leaves falling or shadows change, look through binoculars and hoping we're going to see a deer on the edge of this forest. I'm ready to hunt. Do you sense a flavor difference depending on when you harvest the deer, based on what they've been eating, where they are in their diet, where they are in nature's cycle?
Not so much that, but where they are in the habitat. So these are farmland deer. They're eating a lot of alfalfa, acorns, corn. So that's a different flavor than you're going to get from a deer in far northern Wisconsin that's been eating a lot of cedar, maybe even white pine, and interspersed in there with some acorns that it can find.
Sure.
So it's different flavors. You know, they say that pronghorn is already pre-seasoned with sage. They feed on sagebrush all the time.
So hunting, we've talked about this before, it is farm to table. I mean, the local food movement, trend nationally, psyche, right?
Right. We've got a lot of interest from young adults who want to hunt because of the food. We've got a lot of hunters, active hunters, who hunt to gather food, to participate in conservation, to be a part of the ecosystem. We find that the two groups aren't really sure that the two groups actually exist. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So once we kind of open the door and show us old hunters, there's this whole group of people who wants to learn from us.
Right.
You know, the opportunities are boundless, and show this group of people who's inherently interested in hunting because of their social beliefs and their social context. It's an eye-opening experience for everyone involved who may just not have realized up to that point that the two positions, the two groups were there, and really are just one group.
It's Bigfoot. Bigfoot's walking through the forest out there. Well, Keith, sun's setting over our shoulders, over our blind. I'm gonna let you call it. You're the expert here.
Well, it's the end of a long day of waiting. We didn't see any deer. I think we had a good time, but you know, hunting is 90% persistence and just keeping at it. So I think we gave it a good try, but we've got some nice hot venison roast waiting for us back at the farm, which is sounding pretty good right about now.
It's sounding great, and I would never say this was a day wasted. The splendor
Not at all.
that we sat in the middle of. I'm a little bummed. I'm a lot bummed.
Just learning how to try is important, and
Yeah.
you know, now in the future we'll be able to get out and do this again, and we'll close the circle.
Well, we're going to close the circle regardless, because there's venison roast waiting back at the house, and that is as beautiful of a closed circle as a foodie like me can think of.
Hey Brenda, thanks for coming to get us.
Sure, no problem. How was your hunt?
We had a lot of hunt conversation. Very few deer, very light on the deer.
All right, well, I'll get you back up.
All right.
Perfect.
Shed, sweet shed.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Where's the deer?
They're out there.
Good question.
They're out there, aren't they?
Come on, you guys playing cards or what?
Yeah, we wish we'd brought some. All right. So which part, what did you slow roast in here?
That's the roast, whatever the cut. I
It's a
don't
muscle from the back leg.
From the
I'm
back
sure,
leg, yeah,
right?
okay. Good. I don't know, I don't feel that I should, for a guy
You're
who
it.
sat in a blind all day and didn't shoot a thing, but I don't feel like I should be the one serving.
We don't have waiters here.
This doesn't, we don't have them in my house either. Oh, wow, does that smell great. Here you go, buddy.
Thank you.
Yep. So this is legit Wisconsin. This is from a deer that you hunted.
I chased it out and she shot it.
Yeah,
Can you
he
believe
chased
that?
it out for me.
What a good team.
I'm always the dog.
You'll have a very successful marriage. You figured that one out.
You want salt, pepper, or anything?
This is delicious, just the way it is. This is
It is
part of my
nice and slow
childhood.
and moist.
This is growing up in Wisconsin. It's one of the flavors I grew up with in a hunting family.
Did you braise this first?
Oh, I just put it in the slow cooker with a little bit of broth, like a beef broth base, and then garlic and onions and celery and seasoning, and cooked it all day. And that's it. Pretty simple.
It's such a great protein. You don't need to mess with it that much.
It's easy to
It's
do.
right there. Yeah, it's so delicious. So the last time I went hunting with you, I had delicious pheasant at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
This time, I'm having this amazing venison roast.
Mm-hmm.
Brian, Brenda, thank you so much for letting us hunt on your land, or at least try to. Buddy, here's to hunting with you. It always ends up well.
It always ends up well. We know how to hook you up.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you.
Come back again.
Cheers.
Wisconsin Foodie would like to thank the following underwriters for their support: Wisconsin Milk Marketing Board and the Dairy Farm Families of Wisconsin. Society Insurance, small details, big difference. Outpost Natural Foods Co-op. Potawatomi Hotel and Casino. Illing Company, creating packaging solutions for you. Fab Wisconsin, the regional food and beverage industry cluster. The Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources. WMSE 91.7 FM, Frontier Radio. The Wisconsin Milk Marketing Board and the Dairy Farm Families of Wisconsin are proud to support Wisconsin Foodie, helping viewers celebrate our state's vibrant food culture. With nearly 11,000 family dairy farms, the Wisconsin dairy industry generates more than $26 billion annually for the Wisconsin economy and brings recognition to the state for producing award-winning cheeses.
I've had Society Insurance for my restaurant from the beginning because I know they understand my business and how it's evolving and how the industry is evolving. You're going to have the coverage and the support you need for your unique operation.
The Milwaukee region has the highest concentration of jobs in food, beverage, and ingredients manufacturing in the nation. From production to processing, right down to our plates, our regional food industry offers career opportunities to fulfill your dreams and feed the world.